Hey guys! I'm Kamil from the Awakened Realms, and today I'm going to show you big, or not even big, huge box with a Dragon Eclipse. But before we start, I have to announce one thing. This box, this is digital printing. I mean, it is not the final quality. The normal producing process, for example, in the topic of the cards are printed by offsets, and here is just a digital proof. So the paper components are not final. The color may not be as great as it should be in the final production quality, but for example the plastic samples, the insert, the miniatures, tokens, this is the final version and nothing will change in the final box that you are going to receive, I hope this year. So here is the little box with the standard standee edition, and here is our very small, very light box with miniatures. So let's start. I'm so happy that I can show you what you can find inside, so let's move on. First we have the cover box. As you can see, there is a glass varnish, so if, for example, I will move the box, the lightning should shine bright into the lens, so I hope you can see it. Never mind. Let's move on. First we have the start here. What is it? This is the short manual that you need to start the beginning of your adventure in the Dragon Eclipse world. What is very important, the box is huge. There are a lot of components, but game itself is very easy. That's why we have made something like a lighter rulebook that will not afraid the new players who will start their adventure with the current board games. Now I have the Luminesca pack. As you can see, this is the digital sample, so it will be not packed in the foil, as you can see. Some cards, tokens, nothing very interesting right now. Let's move on. Rulebook, the huge rulebook with all the necessary keywords, with examples, with diagrams. That's why this book is quite long. Adventure book, adventure journal, and this one is really huge. I mean, in the core box we have multiple scenarios, we have different paths, we have so much adventure inside it, and this journal is... the size of this journal show you how big, how long this game is. Inside you can see, for example, scripts, you can see some tests, but what is for me very exciting, and I love the idea. During your campaign, for example, if you will read the script B97, as I can see, you will have this huge art which will improve your immerse. This huge, great quality illustrations, in my opinion, helps very well to feel better the world, feel better the story, feel the adventure, and enjoy the game. So, as you can see, a lot of pages, a lot of reading, a lot of time playing. We have our adventure journal. Now we have maps. So each scenario will be on a few maps, and regular adventure will just move around, click scripts. As you can see, again, huge illustrations, great quality. And at the end of map book, there is a roguelite mode. where you can just make some PvE fights against created bosses, against created enemies we have made. Let's move on. Next paper. Here is arena map. So basically on these arenas you are going to encounter your opponents. Binder for the world map. During your exploration you will find small cards, you will put them inside right here and you will explore the content of the game and the map will grow up scenario after the scenario. Here is a unfortunately opened letter with thanks for you. Some roguelite mode status sheets and scenario status sheet. During the campaign you will gain some titles and those titles will be needed to, for example, finish some great quests, and the adventure journal will just read what you have achieved earlier. That's why you need a score sheet, status sheet for the gameplay. Here are the tokens. One part. This is the digital sample, so for example the cutting lines are not the greatest. In the offset sample it will be as good as always. Here are maps for the stretch goals, adventure journal for stretch goals, again a lot of text, some art. I hope you will enjoy it. Miniatures! A lot of miniatures. This version has sun-dropped miniatures, so we'll make a b-roll later. A lot of plastic components. Let's move on. I will close it. More miniatures. Bigger ones this time. Gaia-Dawn, Umbra. That's really huge. I mean, take a look at this ice link. Wow, huge. Close up later, so don't worry. I'm going to need bigger table. Our album for Mistlink Encyclopedia. Sorry for the mess, but insert for tokens. So basically, after you punch up it, you can put your cardboard tokens right here, and during gameplay you can easily take a token from the room and use it into the game. So you don't need any additional accessories to make it very easy to use. Trays for your Mistlinks. I mean, here you are going to put your decks, your Mistlink decks, because during the adventure you always take 2 Mistlinks with you. So this is the holder for those cards. As you can see, we have everything synced. What version it is, because it's not the final. Version. It is just a draft from the factory. Oh my god! So many cards, a lot of cards. First of all, boosters. Here I have one example how it should look in the future. So we have one foil card with very nice in the feeling texture right here, rough one. And we have standard cards for your Mistlinks. And this huge pack, again, don't take a look at this foil. This is just for our purpose. The final production sample will have normal warp shrinking, yes. So dividers, a lot of dividers, because in the core box there are hundreds cards, so you need it. Here I have the foil cards. Yeah, the foil effect with this rough texture is outstanding. I mean, I'm so proud how it looks. I hope camera will get it. I mean, we will do everything to show it. Maybe not from this angle, but we will see later. Sorry. Dividers, so I will just skip it. Other cards. As you can see, each card pack has little summary for you. What you should do with these cards. I mean, you don't have to unlock everything. You don't have to put those cards in the inserts into your trays. During your adventure, the adventure journal will tell you what to do with those components. So here I have, for example, I have some help cards, and for roguelite mode cards. Let's move forward. Booster action cards. So those are action cards for our mistlings. The elemental action cards. Here in the corner you can see the elemental of that card. I'm not going to show everything. There is too many of it. Next, action cards, other action cards, more action cards, because why not? Basically, Dragon Eclipse is a deck building game, so there are a lot of action cards. Mistling action cards, so those action cards are for your mistlings. Each time you tame a new mistling, you will get your mistling, you will get your mistling ability sheet, and corresponding 6 unique cards for that mistling. Later we are going to make some close-ups. What else? Mistling action cards, next pack, because why not? And you will not guess, another mistling action cards. Mistling cards, because why not? Next mistling card box. Oh, here I have something very special. I mean, each backer will receive the stretch goals, and these cards, those cards, are premium alternative cards of existing mistling action cards in the Dragon Eclipse. This one is outstanding. I hope you can see it. And my favorite one. Wow. It feels very premium. Let's move on. Mistling cards, so I'm not going to unlock it. There are some cards with mistling abilities, with everything else. I mean, PvE mode, how to tame it. Each mistling has a lot of unique cards. Now we have the smaller ones. The first pack I have on my hands is some items, some artifacts, some modifiers, cards for targeting. Basically, I'm not going to explain how does it work, because it's not needed in this video. Secret cards. Unfortunately, I'm not going to show you the secret cards because they have a lot of spoilers from the adventure, and you shouldn't read it before the script in the adventure journals tells you to do it. Now I have random encounters. So for example, during your adventure, each time you meet the mistling first time, you add its adventure random encounter card to your deck, and whenever the adventures say you draw one random mistling, you just shuffle it, you draw, and you have opportunity to catch that beast. Next items. and the map. I'm not going to show you map either, because let's make this video free of spoilers. And the last deck, dividers for small cards, map and item deck part 3. So basically that's everything. A lot of things in this very tiny box. So basically this is the Dragon Eclipse, the version with the miniature, a lot of components, a lot of gameplay, huge adventure journal with so many great huge arts, a lot of great foil cards with very unique rough effect, and I hope you will enjoy it. I can't wait to get the final production box. Unfortunately, as I have mentioned earlier many times, this is just a digital sample, so the paper, the colors are not the greatest one. It will be much better. The tokens are basically main cut, so the final production will be much better. In the terms of paper, of course, because, for example, the trays and the miniatures are done. I mean, that's the final product. So I hope you enjoy it. We have last few days to back our games in the late pledge, and see you next time, next month. I hope with the final version. Thanks.